Trump just pulled off the longest public event of his presidency. Guys, over 3 hours straight. The media doesn't know how to handle it. Let's watch this clip.
3 hours and 17 minutes. It was Trump's longest public event as president ever. Not even Bill Clinton could last that long. But Trump's more impressed by the guys holding the boom.
I can't believe it. You're not tired holding that?
I have a few more questions.
How strong are you? How strong are you? Look at him. He's been holding that thing for 3 hours. You're a good fisherman.
The guy guzzles Diet Cokes and then does over 3 hours without using the John. Gutfeld can't even make it through the 5. He takes a bathroom break at the bottom of every hour. Trump's a camel. Even his bladder's better than Biden's.
You have not had this happen for 4 years. You sat and you'd ask one question to Biden, and it was always the ice cream question, right? What flavor ice cream do you like best? I like vanilla. And that was the end of the conference.
Biden couldn't even stay awake for 3 hours. The meeting went on for so long, Duffy got caught taking off his shoes. For the first time in his life, Kennedy skipped a workout.
The Pete and Bobby challenge. It's 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups, and you try to do it within 10 minutes. I got 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Pete beat me. I'm still bitter at that. 5 minutes 25. The cabinet leader is Scott Turner. 5 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm waiting for reports from the rest of the cabinet. The only exemptions currently existing is if you can hit a 50 at Bedminster, which President Trump did.
The cabinet meeting was longer than the Titanic. At one point, Rubio was like, I got to get back to work.
You were elected as the president of working Americans, and that's why this Labor Day is so meaningful. For me personally, this is the most meaningful Labor Day of my life as someone with 4 jobs. And so...
At one point, after they'd covered everything, they didn't have anything to say. So they just started teasing Schumer.
Poor stupid Chuck Schumer, the guy. He looks like he's aged 100 years. And I don't like getting into looks. You know, looks don't mean anything, right? When you're in politics, looks don't matter. I look at Pam, I would never say she's beautiful because that'd be the end of my political career.
When he was shooting The Apprentice, board meetings, they went for hours, so this was a breeze. Axios calls him the chairman of all boards. 45, 47, commander-in-chief, mayor of Washington, president of Europe, daddy, and now chairman of America. A man of many hats and a man of many wins.
Domestic steel production is up by 100,000 tons of steels a week. Ford, that just announced it's going to create 4,000 new jobs, American jobs. Hyundai, 14,000 jobs. General Motors is moving production of the Chevy Blazer and Equinox from Mexico back to the United States where it belongs. They're building big, modern, beautiful auto plants. But think of that, we're up 18,000 cars a month. I hope this table gets a lot of the credit for what's happening.
And while Trump's building Alligator Alcatraz, the Speedway Slammer, and the Cornhusker Clink, Zuckerberg's using his Zuckerbucks to build us AI plants the size of Manhattan.
This is something given to me by Mark Zuckerberg, and you'll see this is AI now. So this is one he's building in Louisiana. Look at that, that's the size of Manhattan. So that's superimposed over the island of Manhattan. It takes up a big part of Manhattan. I think they say 81% of Manhattan. So these are big things.
Companies are breaking ground on the Trump boom, and the tariffs are balancing the budget.
The Treasury Department is taking in record tariff revenues that I had been saying was running at a rate of $300 billion a year. You chastised me for saying that it's not, that number is too low. And as usual, you're right. I think we could be on our way well over $500 billion, maybe towards the $1 trillion number.
Tariff stimmy checks on the way, courtesy of DJT. You take that stimmy and you sign up for Fox 1. You can stream Watters and Tom Brady. And today, there was big marriage news. And I'm not talking about Swift and Kelsey. Trade deals are getting married to peace deals. And Trump's lead negotiator used the N-word.
We are negotiating multiple entries into the Abraham Peace Accords because of your vision. There's only one thing I wish for, that noble committee finally gets its act together and realizes that you are the single finest candidate since the Nobel Peace, this Nobel Award was ever talked about, to receive that reward.
All right, let's stop right there, guys. 3 hours, no breaks, no faltering. Trump is showing stamina Biden could only dream of. While Trump's holding strong, Biden couldn't even sit through an interview without zoning out or asking what flavor ice cream is on the menu. Guys, this isn't just optics. It's leadership. You got leadership on one side and weakness on the other side. Do me a quick favor, guys. Hit that thumbs up like button so that more people see the difference between strength and incompetence. I want to show you the rest of this clip.
The Speaker of the House says, forget the Nobel for world peace. Trump deserves it for what he's doing in D.C. 12 straight days without a murder. 5 years ago, reporters were calling the president an insurrectionist. But now they're just grateful they're not getting pistol whipped.
In broad daylight, I was on my way to work, and a young man with a black ski mask pointed a gun at my face and threatened me to hand over my phone, my wallet, my laptop, and everything else. And when I refused, he used the butt of his handgun to strike me across the face, in the cheek, or what some people call pistol whip me, before running away. And that has deeply traumatized myself and my family. Ever since, I've never dared to walk in the street of DC at night, ever. And my family was extremely worried. So, Mr. President, thank you so much for what you're doing right now.
Thank you for being honest.
DC's so safe, the Guard doesn't have any criminals left to chase. They're picking up litter, cleaning up the park so Stephen Miller can take his wife on a romantic stroll under the moonlight. And if you take a life, you're getting the chair.
Anybody murders something in the Capitol, capital punishment, capital punishment. If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty. And that's a very strong preventative.
Capital punishment in the Capitol. Over half the United States have the death penalty. And presidents have used the National Guard to fight crime, illegals, stop riots, desegregate. Heck, we mobilized the Guard for a virus. Trump has every right to use the Guard to stop black gangs from killing. But Democrats call it fascism.
I think Donald Trump and Stephen Miller and Trump's handlers thought that he would conduct some kind of Mussolini-style military march across the country, subduing all the local populations, but it's completely backfiring on them.
Backfire.
Did you catch that, guys? Trump's not just talking. He's delivering results. 12 days without a murder in D.C., and the Democrats call that dictatorship? No, that's called protecting your citizens. If Democrats can't stomach law and order, maybe they shouldn't be in leadership at all. Hey, guys, if you want more straight conservative commentary that exposes the lies of the left, hit that subscribe button right now, guys. We're just getting started.
How? There were no murders in 12 days. It's a record. How's that backfiring? Trump says, if that makes me Mussolini, I'm here for it.
The line is that I'm a dictator, but I stop crime. So a lot of people say, you know, if that's the case, I'd rather have a dictator. But I'm not a dictator. I just know how to stop crime.
The left says crime's not that bad, and there's nothing they can do about it. And anyone who tries to do anything about it, Trump, must be a dictator, because anyone who can stop crime is too powerful. Democrats know they have the power to stop crime, but they don't have the will. They're calling Trump a dictator in Chicago? No, they're not. The Windy City's begging for the Guard.
I've lost an uncle to Chicago crime. I've lost 2 first cousins to Chicago crime. I've lost distant family members, friends, neighbors. And what they want us to do is find comfort in this chaos and normalize this trauma. And we're not doing it anymore. We need our president to come here right now and do a forensic audit to find out who's getting paid and who's benefiting from this crime, because right now we're grieving.
P. Ray's onto something. Chicago is the main distribution hub on the heroin highway. And the homicides on the South Side are directly connected to the street gangs that traffic the drug. Where are those profits going?
We want to get this cartel out of here. We know that the heroin highway runs directly through the west side of Chicago, and they are trafficking $2 billion worth of heroin a year out of our community. Imagine what that looks like, America. That looks like overdosing. That looks like violence. That looks like people leaning. That looks like people rocking. That looks like people dying. We don't want to live like this.
The narcotics run from Mexico up through Texas and north up the interstate into Chicago, where the customers are, where the trucks can take it east or west and the boats can take it across the Great Lakes. Do you think drug money's paying off politicians? You think the politicians are being paid to keep a light footprint on the South Side so the drug cartels can keep their money up? 600 murders a year is the cost of doing business. JB Back can stop it. All he has to do is pick up the phone.
I would have much more respect for Pritzker if he'd call me up and say, I have a problem. Can you help me fix it? I would be so happy to do it. I don't love, not that I don't have the right to do anything I want to do. I'm the president of the United States. If I think our country's in danger, and it is in danger in these cities, I can do it.
JB Back wants an award because murders went from 900 a year, 30-year high, to 600 a year. Chicago's still got double the murder rate of LA. There's neighborhoods in Chicago that are more dangerous than Iraq. But JB Back thinks he's got it all under control.
We're very pleased about the progress that we're making. I know that I live rent-free in the president's head, and I wish he would spend some time in Chicago so that he could see what a lovely city we have.
6 people were killed in Chicago this past weekend and 27 shot. And Ribs is pleased with his progress.
See, guys, this is exactly why the media is losing their minds. They know that Trump's success with crime in the economy is winning over Black and Hispanic voters. Safer neighborhoods mean stronger families, and that's a message that Democrats can't compete with. So instead of fixing the problem, they call it a trap. Pathetic. But I want to know what you think, guys. Drop a comment down below. Should Trump bring in the National Guard to crime-ridden cities like Chicago, even if Democrats keep screaming dictator? Let me know your thoughts.
We could use some more progress, and we could use some more backup. But the mayor says no mas.
Do you believe that the streets of Chicago would be safer if there were more uniformed police officers on the streets of Chicago?
I believe the city of Chicago and cities across America would be safer if we actually had, affordable housing. Look,
okay,
I'm not saying that we don't.
That's not the question I asked.
Mayor Johnson's going to fight crime by building more housing projects? When Bill de Blasio says get it together, get it together.
I think the Democratic Party has to look at this issue much more honestly and say, hey, there are some places where we should be doing better. Our leaders should be doing better.
The problem is Democrats can't see past the politics. They think Trump's laying a trap for them by fighting crime. But the president's not laying a trap. He's just doing the right thing. Democrats should try that sometime. And the media is not helping. Here they are. If it wasn't clear then, it is now. The White House's public safety play is a deliberate ploy, one that's already backing Democrats into a corner. See, the media's got all their minds messed up. This is what Trump was elected to do. It's not a ploy, it's a mandate. The whole framing's ridiculous.
A new box that they've fallen into is crime. There was a consultant on one of the shows this morning I was watching. I thought he was very good. He's a Democrat consultant, and he was screaming, no, don't let him do this to you. It's another trap. It's another trap. This guy's screaming, it's another trap. And this is the worst of all. He said, because this is crime. Trump is saying he's against crime, and they're for crime.
Over 90% of the shooting victims in D.C. are Black. Trump believes Black lives matter. Do Democrats? And Black Americans want safe neighborhoods. And the safer they get under Trump, the more Blacks vote Republican. Just like when he secured the border. Trump won more Hispanic votes. So if Democrats want to avoid the trap and take the issue off the table, join up with Trump. Bring in the Guard. Make the streets safe. It's not a trap. It's an invitation. Do what Trump did in 2016. Don't listen to the party. Listen to the people. Where'd that get him? Well, he won the White House twice.
All right, guys, let's step back and look at the big picture here. Trump just went 3 hours, no breaks, full throttle, something no other president in modern history has done. That kind of energy, that kind of focus, that kind of commitment to the American people is exactly what separates him from the career politicians who sit back and do nothing every day. While Trump is tackling crime head on, Democrats are paralyzed by politics. They'd rather virtue signal about affordable housing than stop gang violence. They'd rather call Trump a dictator than admit that he's making cities safer. They care more about protecting their narrative than protecting American lives. We need to think about this, guys. D.C. goes 12 straight days without a single murder under Trump's watch. Chicago is drowning in bloodshed, yet their leaders pat themselves on the back for lowering the murder rate from 900 to 600. 600 murders a year. Are you kidding me? That's not progress. That's surrender. And what about the economy, guys? Trump's tariffs are bringing in record revenues. Companies are moving jobs back to America, real jobs, real paychecks. Meanwhile, Biden sold us out to China and called it diplomacy. Who do you trust, guys? Trump, who puts America first, or someone like Biden, who puts America last? Here's the bottom line, guys. Trump's not playing games. He's not setting a trap. He's doing exactly what the people elected him to do, which is to restore safety, grow the economy, and put America first. The left calls it dictatorship because they know that they can't compete with results. But Americans see through it. And that's why Trump continues to dominate the conversation, no matter how much they try to silence him. Friends, if you're sick of weak leadership, if you're tired of Democrat excuses, you're in the right place, guys. Like this video. Do me a favor, drop a comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss the truth the mainstream media refuses to cover. Together, guys, we're cutting through the noise and we're exposing the facts. Let's keep fighting for America.